Alright, before we even get started, I do want to say I'm really sorry that it's been such a long time since I last posted a reaction video, but yeah, the reason why is because I got a little bit, lazy and tired, I guess, over the past few months, and because of that, I just didn't really post a lot of really any reaction videos, even though there were plenty of, big transactions that happened, but yeah, let's just go ahead and bring this series back as Baker Mayfield, he just got traded to the Carolina Panthers and the saga, it's now over. And I gotta say, I'm not surprised at all that this trade went down. I think we all knew that Baker Mayfield was gonna be traded from the Cleveland Browns, and I thought the Seattle Seahawks would actually trade for him, but the Seahawks, of course, they didn't trade for him. And in fact, like, not too long ago, there were reports, before Baker got traded, that Seattle was just not really interested in making a move for him. But yeah, the Carolina Panthers, they traded for him, and after the Seahawks, I thought Carolina was probably the most likely destination, as you know, they really did need a quarterback. Now, that being said, the reason why I had them as my second and not number one is because, they did draft Matt Corral in this past year's draft. And yeah, I thought that maybe they'd give him a shot. But yeah, I really do like this trade a lot for the Carolina Panthers. I mean, the Panthers, we know their quarterback situation is just awful right now. And Baker Mayfield, I know the guy is very, inconsistent. He's very volatile as a player. But that being said, he gives the Panthers some stability and definitely, some hope at the quarterback position. Because Sam Darnold, we know he's just not good. PJ Walker is a backup. And Matt Corral, he's a rookie, and he's a very raw rookie that is probably going to need some time to, just sit behind the bench and, learn some more fundamental stuff and also recover from that injury he suffered, at Ole Miss. And yeah, Baker Mayfield, I know he was not good last year, but I think a large part of it was just the fact that he was playing, through a torn labrum, which really did affect his play. And also, the weapons there, they were not very good. And, Carolina, I mean, it's not a perfect situation at all, but it's not a bad situation. It's really not a bad situation. I mean, their offensive line last year, it was really bad, but they improved it quite a bit over the offseason. And along with that, the weapons on this team are really not that bad either. You got DJ Moore, who I think could be in for a career season if Baker Mayfield, bounces back. You got Robbie Anderson, who's pretty good, and I know he said he didn't want the Panthers to trade for Baker Mayfield, which is kind of awkward, but yeah, he's on the team for now. And then you also have Terrace Marshall Jr., and I was really high on him coming out of LSU, and I really do hope that he has a big second season because I was such a big fan of him coming out of LSU. And I mean, they do have Rashard Higgins actually, who he actually spent some time with the Browns, and he was very good for them, and he has really good chemistry with Baker Mayfield. And not to mention the Panthers, of course, you got Christian McCaffrey, and I know the guy is super injury prone, but when he's on the field, he is one of the best running backs in the entire NFL. So if Baker Mayfield can get back to his old, like, 2020 self, which is, in my opinion, like an average to an above average quarterback, somewhere between like the 12 to like 16 range, then that would be great for the Carolina Panthers because, Matt Rule, I mean, chances are, like, if he finds his quarterback of the future in the Panthers, I mean, if they can take a leap as a result of, finding their quarterback of the future, Matt Rule can probably keep his job. And of course, if you're a Panthers fan, you really do want to see this team take the next step because last year, a lot of people had hope that they could take the next step as a team, but that didn't happen because, Sam Darnold sucked, the offensive line sucked, and Matt Rule was horrible as well. But yeah, man, I really do like this trade a lot for the Panthers. And I mean, they only gave up a conditional fifth round pick. And I mean, that's a really good trade. The leverage was not in the Browns' favor, and the Panthers did not give up much to get Baker Mayfield. And also, the Carolina does not need to, they don't have to pay all of Baker Mayfield's salary. They only have to pay, I believe, 5 million of it, which is really good. So, this is an awesome trade for the Panthers. And I mean, if Baker Mayfield doesn't work out, you do have Matt Corral, and I mean, maybe you do give Matt Corral a chance, and chances are he will be a lot more ready compared to, what he is right now. And if Baker Mayfield is your franchise quarterback, again, Matt Rule, again, and, good for Matt Rule because now he gets to save his job. Your team can take the next step. You find your franchise quarterback. And Matt Corral, speaking of him, maybe you can use him as trade bait and, trade him to another team who is really just in need of a franchise quarterback and a team that's really willing to take a shot, at him. So, yeah, I really do like this trade a lot for Baker Mayfield. I'm a big fan of Baker Mayfield, and I really do hope that he does bounce back in Carolina, and I really do hope that he proves his doubters wrong. Because again, I love Baker Mayfield, and yeah, I really do like this trade for the Carolina Panthers. I'm just rambling at this point. Yeah, this video, it's unscripted. It's basically just an instant reaction, but pretty much all I gotta say for this video. I guess I'll speak a little bit about the Browns situation. I mean, the Browns, they finally got rid of him, and I mean, their future is really just dependent on what happens with Deshaun Watson. But with that being said, that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really means a lot to me. Again, like, subscribe, do all of that stuff, and check me out on social media. The links to my social media, they are in the description below. But without further ado, I'm out, you guys.